Hey Rebecca, Tim Archer here. I wanted to make this analysis for you just to kind of give you some ideas on some changes you can make to the website to really have it bring in more patients into the clinic for you. Now, this is completely free of charge. It's if you want to have me do some of these things for you at the end of the video, that's fine, but if not, that's totally fine too. I'm just a big believer in karma, doing good things will come back to you. So just want to show you some free tips, so don't think you're obligated to do anything. So here we are on your website, but I actually want to start out on Google and just explain a few things. So if we search for acupuncture encinitas, there's really three main types of search results that Google brings back. The first here at the top are the paid AdWords. So this is where companies pay money to Google in return for a spot here. And each time the consumer or the searcher clicks on this website, any of these sites, then that company is going to be paying anywhere between a few cents all the way up to 15 or 20 bucks for a click, depending on how valuable Google determines that click to be. So AdWords is a great short-term solution, but it's really not where you want to focus long-term because it'll end up being a lot more costly than the other options. If we move down a little bit though, you can see the next thing that shows up is the local map pack. And this is, in my opinion, where you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck as far as your advertising goes. The map pack shows the top three businesses that are local to the searcher. It takes several different factors into consideration when it picks out those top three businesses. But one of the top factors going into that is what are called citations. And citations are basically just mentions of your business, the business name, address, and phone number listed on one of several directories throughout the internet. And there are literally hundreds, maybe thousands even, of possible citations you can have. And the more citations or the more listings you have throughout the web, the more times Google sees your site and the more likely it is to be in one of these top map spots. So I've actually got a tool, it's called Bright Local, and it tells me all of the different citations that your business has. So I already ran the test on Leucadia family acupuncture, and you've currently got 65 active citations. And that's actually a pretty good number. Most of the times when I encounter a business that is local, they're somewhere in the 20 to 30 range. So 65 is a great start. And it looks like they're pretty consistent across the board too. So maybe you've used a company like Yext to kind of get you started on citations because they do look pretty good. If we come up here, however, and we scroll over to potential citations, you can see actually each one of these markers corresponds to one of the local competitors in the area. So each of these companies has a top map spot. You can see Acupuncture Continuum here. We're going to take a closer look at them. But overall, there's 130 separate citations that these other local competitors have that Leucadia Family Acupuncture doesn't have yet. And for that reason, these businesses have those top map spots, and they're really gaining a lot of new clients just based on that map spot alone. And just to show you how powerful that map spot is, if we come back to the search results, Acupuncture Continuum, they've got the third map spot here. And just to kind of give you concrete terms of how valuable that spot is, if we look at their Google My Business page, you can see that they've actually had almost 170,000 views on that map spot. Now that means that there have been 167,000 times where someone has searched for acupuncture and encinitas, and they've been shown this map spot for acupuncture continuum as a result. So if you do the math there, and even if just 10% of those views actually turn into clicks onto the website, that's still 16,000 views. And even if just 10% of those people actually turn into customers, that's still a pretty substantial amount of new business that MapSpot is generating for them. And then just to kind of show you, you have a map spot, but it's currently not being shown to the searchers in Encinitas just because they've got more citations. So accordingly, you do have a little bit less as far as the amount of views that your Google My Business page has. So about 3,700 there. Moving back to the search results, finally, below the local map listings are the organic search results. And with these results, you cannot pay to be there. And that's actually, when you hear the term SEO or search engine optimization, that's basically just the practice of modifying the site to be shown in these organic search results, because there are several different factors that Google considers in its algorithm when it decides what sites to show in the organic results. One of those top factors, however, I want to demonstrate to you, and if we go to Google and if we search for pretty much anything, any kind of product, let's search for goat cheese. So when I search for goat cheese, you can see Wikipedia is the #1 result. And basically the reason for that is Google sees Wikipedia as the leading authority, the #1 provider of information on goat cheese. And the reason for that is because they have tons and tons of content all dedicated to goat cheese. They probably have more writing on this page about goat cheese than any other page on the internet. And for that reason, Wikipedia is an authority on basically any subject that you search for. Doesn't matter person, place, or thing. You can search for any kind of, let's see, Michael Jordan, Wikipedia. You can see all of this content is showing Google when it scans this website that this is basically the #1 go-to when it comes to information on Michael Jordan. So content is really the heart of where a website gets its search engine results from, because basically the Google spider crawls the site and it reads all of the writing that's on the site. So the more writing you have about a particular subject, the more times you're going to show up for that subject in the search results. And how does this carry over to a local business? If you go to your site, you've currently got a little bit of content on the homepage. That's a good little paragraph there. But I usually recommend a minimum of 1,200 words on a homepage. And that really shows Google that you're the authority in the subject that you want to be known as the authority in. So in this case, acupuncture in Encinitas or Leucadia. So that's probably one of my #1 easy recommendations you can fix on your own, is just adding more content to the homepage and also adding more service pages with content on them. Just because the more pages you have, it could be pages on the different types of acupuncture, the different benefits, the more authority your site has in the eyes of Google. And besides content, there's one other factor that's very important in terms of building authority for your website, and that is what are called backlinks. Backlinks are basically just votes from other websites that vote your website or elect your website into the top search results. So the more links you have coming in from other sites throughout the internet, the more power your site has. And just to kind of show you what I mean, if we go back to Google, let's pick one of the top. Let's use asanoacupunctureclinic.com. If we take their site, I'm going to run their site through another tool I have. It's called Majestic. It tells me the amount of backlinks or votes that a website has. So if we copy and paste that URL, hit the search button, you can see they've currently got 5 referring domains pointing into their site. So that's votes from 5 different websites that are all pointed into Asano Acupuncture Clinic. And then if we take the URL of your site, copy that, paste it into the same test, you can see that Leucadia Family Acupuncture has 2 referring domains. So since Asano has more referring domains, Google sees that as more votes for their website, and for that reason, they've got one of the top spots in the organic search results. And backlinks are really the main way that I assist companies in increasing their web presence, just because it can be pretty difficult to go out and get links from other websites. What I actually do is I've got a network that we've bought several expired websites that have a lot of power and authority in the eyes of Google. And what I do when I partner with a business is I point backlinks in towards your website so that you get more votes and you're elected towards the top spot on Google. So far we've covered 3 ways to really increase the exposure of the website, and that's more citations so you can outdo the competitors there, more content on the website, including extra service pages, and more backlinks pointed into the website. So once we've got the exposure though, and people actually are onto your website, we want to focus on converting those into leads. So if we go to your website, one thing I want to point out is your site's actually not currently mobile friendly, and that is affecting your site in 2 ways. One is that Google prefers sites that are more mobile friendly and will actually penalize sites that aren't. So that's another way to increase exposure. But aside from that, I want to actually show you, Google has its own test that checks for mobile friendliness for a website. And when you run it through, you can actually see this is what your site looks like on a mobile device. And you can kind of tell the text isn't really readable, and the links are a little bit too close together. So if you try and press one, you're going to be pressing a couple at one time, and that's not going to work. And then also, this phone number here is not click to call. So if someone taps on that, they aren't going to be connected to you via phone. They're going to have to hit the end button or exit out of their browser and then pull up the dialer and then dial it separately. So it's less likely to end up in a connection between you and the potential patient or client. So that's one of the main recommendations I would give for converting more customers is getting your site mobile friendly. And if you've got a web guy, he can take care of that for you. If not, that's something I can definitely have done for you as well. But I think we're going to wrap the video up here, drag it on a little bit now. I'm sure you're bored out of your mind. So Rebecca, if you want any of these things taken care of for you, I'd love to help you out. If not, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, and really hope at least you've gotten a few valuable pieces of information that can help grow your business. So thanks again for watching, Rebecca, and hope you have a great weekend.